Hello guys, welcome to this channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to design this amazing church flyer that is displaying on your screen right now. Let me quickly introduce myself. I am Victor Joseph, the Corel King. So if you are new here, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel and of course hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we post amazing new videos. And now let's head straight into my screen as I show you how to design this amazing flyer that is showing on your screen. Okay, so now go to new document, click on new document, and then you set it up. All right, the name church flyer, and then the next thing you're going to set is the primary color code, which is RGB, then the number of pages 1 and the rest of them, then the size, which is the width, and the height is 5 by 6. All right, is longer than it's wide. All right, so it's 6 height, and then 6 inches high, and then 5 inches wide. All right, so you click on OK. So now we are going to set everything up. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do is to click on rectangle tool. Click on it, then draw a rectangle. All right, draw a rectangle, and then the next we are going to do is to give it the size 5 by 6. Hit enter and then hit letter P to set that rectangle to the page. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is simply remove the outline. All right, come over to this right hand side, click on that first box right there, that first white box right there, right click on it, then set color outline. So that black outline around that rectangle tool is gone now. All right, so the next we are going to do is to duplicate it, and then drag it outside of that workspace. Then right click on it and select power clip inside. Then you power clip inside, and then you can now click on edit. So you can give it any color of your choice, either black or white or whichever one, anyone you like. So let's just give it black or white. I prefer to always use white. All right, so yeah, so the next thing we are going to do is to import all the images that we use for this design. We're going to import everything that we used for this particular design. So let's Control I. All right, so everything is on our desktop. 1 2 3 4 5. Everything is on our desktop. Okay. Yeah, this is the reference flyer. Yeah. What else? Yeah, so we are perfect, right? Yeah, so click on import, then click and drag. Yeah, yes. A whole lot of images, right? Yeah, a whole lot of them. Yeah, so we are good. So let's bring this one right here first, then 5 by 6. That is the normal size for this image. So let's align it. So we'll be using these as a reference point. All right, so we'll know the next step to take per time. All right, so the next we are going to do is to set up our background, right? So click on it. When you select it, then you click on it again, then you can rotate. Okay, so let's just rotate it, let's say 90 degrees. All right, so then increase the size once again, increase it again till it suits your demand, till it suits what you want. All right, so next we are going to do is to crop that excess space out there. So I don't like space too much, so I just prefer to just crop the whole thing out. I prefer to just crop it out. So click on crop, yeah, then letter P to set it to page. Letter P to set it to page. All right, so the next we are going to do is to set up that light. Okay, the light. So increase the size and then drag it over here to set the light up. Okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to set the light? Because the light has background. So how are we going to set the light? What we're going to do is to simply go over to your transparency tool and begin to apply it. All right, click on it, apply transparency. Okay, so the next we are going to do, now let me quickly show you something. If you want to apply transparency on an image more than once, then it becomes very difficult for you to do that without doing what I'm about to show you now. So what I'm about to show you now is what will enable you to be able to apply transparency tool on your image more than once. So pay close attention, very close attention. All right, so what are we going to do? Go over to bitmap, okay, bitmaps, then click on convert to bitmap, then you click on OK. So now you can apply the transparency tool again, okay, so you can apply it again. So you click on it, you apply again. So if you want to keep applying it till it suits your taste or till it gives you what you want, then you need to keep applying that bitmap. You need to keep converting it to bitmap, okay? Because if you don't convert to bitmap, if you try to apply the transparency tool again, it's not going to permit you to do that. Let me show you what I mean. So now you have applied once, twice, all right? That's the second time. So now we want to apply again now without that bitmap. Let's say we want to apply to the left hand, to the right hand side. The first one you did before will undo. So that's why you need to convert to bitmap. So when you convert to bitmap, it's going to see that image as a new image. All right, so you can redo that which you have done before on the same image, and it works. All right, so convert to bitmap once again. But I think we are good with that transparency. There's no need to apply again. But then let's finish and see what we have. Yeah, we are good. So the next we are going to do is to set up the down space. All right, where people are gathered. That's still part of the background. Okay, so increase the size please of this. All right, so don't worry, I'm going to make these images available for you and you are going to practice with them. All right, okay. So the next we are going to do, okay, I think we are good now. So the next we are going to do is to convert it to bitmap so that we can apply another form of transparency again. So but this time click on transparency tool, then come over to uniform transparency and click on it, then go over to this normal and select overlay. So now it's red in color, right? You can see that. Yes, so that is how we were able to achieve that effect. All right, so please make sure you pay very close attention to everything I'm going to do here, because now we are going to head over to the main work. I believe you are enjoying this video. If you are doing, kindly hit the like button and also drop your comment in the comment section. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and also hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Thank you. Now let's head straight into the work. Okay, so the next we are going to do is to set up everything that's here. So now this is where the major work is. Okay, so now let this lady go over first. So the guy, this white guy is the first guy to come over here. Order to front. Now if you want to order an image to front, okay, what are you going to do to be able to order it to front successfully? There are two steps to that. First of all, you can right click on the image, you will see order, and then you see to front. Now because everything is at the front, that is why you are only seeing to back of layer. So let's click to back. So now it's at the back. So now you can right click again and then order to front. So now it's at the front of this layer. All right, so the other way you can do that is you can hold your control key down and then begin to press or click on your page down. It keeps going back gradually till it's no longer visible, till it's at the back of the whole layer. All right, then you can use your page up with your control key held down. You can use your page up to bring it up. So that is the other way to do that. Then the next thing we are going to do is to crop the excess space on this image, because I don't usually like space because it distracts me a whole lot whenever you want to click something else, then because the excess space that is not needed is overlapping on another element, you tend to start clicking what you don't want to click. So crop so that, yes, so now if you want to click this image, you know you're clicking this image. Then the next thing we are going to do is to bring this other guy, order it to front, and then bring it over here, increase the size until it fits your taste, until it gives you what you want. All right, so now we are going to crop it too, to take out the excess space that it is covering, because there is no need for it to cover such space. Okay, so just increase it, crop it. I think it's fine now. All right, so do that here as well. Alright, so yeah, so click on crop and then click on your pick tool, then increase the size. So what you're going to do is to use the horizontal, mirror horizontally, let it face the left hand side. Alright, so that is that. Okay, so now bring this guy to the front. Alright, so now that is that. So you can increase the size of this guy and reduce the size of this guy. So you can continue, right? Yes, we can continue. The next guy is this guy on black suit. Okay, so order is to front, then increase the size and then begin to crop as well. Crop it, let the excess space be gone. I don't like excess space on my work. I don't like distractions. I don't like clicking something else that I didn't want to click. Yes. So I just try to crop the whole thing always. Alright, so now increase the size. Increase the size. Use your mirror horizontal, let it face the left hand side, then increase the size now. I think we are good. Then click on this guy and order it to front. So I think we are good now. The whole thing is getting set, right? Yeah, it's getting set. Then the next guy is this guy with beards and glasses. Alright, so increase the size of this guy. Then you're just going to crop it as well. You're going to crop it as well. Okay, so I think it's all cropped now. It's well cropped. You can still crop. Hey, no. Undo. Yes. Please mirror it first before you crop. Yes, mirror horizontally before you crop, so that you won't cut off some part that you didn't intend to cut off. Because I want to cut off some part of this hand. It's not necessary. They are not needed. So crop and yeah. So the next is what? Increase the size, and then you can simply order it to back. Yes. So that's it. I think we are good now. We are good. So yes, the next thing is this other guy. Let's move this lady. This other guy here. Yeah. So increase the size. Order to front first. Increase the size. Okay. Should we mirror? No, we aren't mirroring. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Move it closer to these guys here, and then order to back. Okay, yes. So increase this, reduce the size a little. It appears way too bigger than the rest of them. That is the head size, because you need to try as much as you can to make sure that the head is not the difference in the size of the head is not too obvious. All right, so you need to make sure of that. All right, I think we are very much good now. I think we are very much good. Yes, so the next thing we are going to do is to set up this whole stuff such that the alignment is very correct. And this, so I want to make this guy at the front bigger than the rest of them. All right, as the other pata of them all. All right, so yeah, so now what are we going to do? I'm going to use my ruler. Okay, I'm going to use my ruler to align these images together to make sure that the head is on the same line. All right, so but before you can use ruler, if you are in this space where you have not clicked on finish, if you drag your ruler, it's going to disappear just like that. All right, so now click on finish first, then bring in your ruler. Bring in your ruler, then you can now go over to click on the design and then edit. Then you can now use the ruler right here. So that is how you use your ruler. So bring these guys down. Bring these guys down. You see why I prefer to crop, right? Because when you crop, it's only the design that the image that you want to click that will be clicked whenever you click. But if you allow it to be excess in size, you discover that you want to click something else and you eventually click another thing. All right, so yeah, that is it now. So what are we going to do? We are going to merge these whole images together, everything together. All right, so we are going to merge everything together. Let's just merge them now. Just click and drag over the whole stuff. All right, so Ctrl G to merge everything together, so everything is now one image. So now you can now go over to your crop tool and then you crop. I know somebody is thinking this guy loves crop tool. Okay, yeah, so you crop and then yes, so he's seeing the whole stuff now as one image, one single image. Okay, yeah. So that's actually good. So crop it and then you can now reduce the size. You see that? You can now reduce the size and the whole thing is reducing at the same pace. Okay, yep. Wow, this is awesome. So what are we going to do now? We are simply going to apply the transparency tool to transparent some part of it. Okay, so apply the transparency tool, do this. Okay, yeah, that's one. I think that's too much, right? Not really. Okay, yeah, so that's cool now. So go over to bitmap, convert to bitmap. Yeah, click on OK, then come over here and do this as well. Okay, yeah, so go over to bitmap, convert to bitmap, and then click on OK, and then go over here and do this as well. You see that? Yeah, so that's it. Go over to bitmap, convert to bitmap, and then click on OK. All right, so now we are good. But then I'm seeing something. It's not well transparent. Look, let's go over. Let's go over again. Let's apply the transparency. So I'm going to apply the transparency. All right, so click on transparency tool and then apply. Okay, so I think that's fine. I think that's quite fine. You can zoom it closer so that you can have a straight line and then the transparency will be straight. Okay, yeah, so I think that's fine. Or you can drag this closer a little. This is not straight. You see now it's straight. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to convert to bitmap and then apply that to the left hand side and then also to the right hand side. Okay, so to make this edge transparent, convert to bitmap and then make this edge as well transparent. Okay, so yeah, we are good, right? Yes, we are good. So convert to bitmap and then click on OK. So that was how we're able to get that. Then the next we are going to do is to work on the second lineup of those images. All right, so now bring this lady right here and then mirror horizontally, let it face the right hand side. There is a reason for that. You will see the reason. I will explain it at the end of this setup. Yeah, so now click on this and crop it. Okay, crop it. Okay, I love to crop. Okay, crop. So the next is increase the size. I think that is way too big. Okay, so now let's bring this other guy, order it to front, and then increase the size as well. You can crop it now. You can crop it, simply crop it. Okay, crop. Okay, order this lady to the front. Let's set it up quite well. Okay, yes. I think increase the size a little. Okay, yeah, so we are good. Increase this lady a little. We are good now. All right, so the next is this guy. All right, so we are going to increase the size of this guy and then order to front. All right, so you are just going to crop it as well. Yes, make sure you crop it. Yep. Okay, don't crop with the tab, except you can apply the transparency tool to it so that the tab wouldn't distort the whole image. Okay, so I think that's fine now. I think that's fine. Let's increase the size of this guy a little more. Okay, I think that's fine. Alright, yes. So you just do the same thing to all the images. Okay, now this guy, increase the size and drag it over here, other to front. Then let me show you why I made this lady to face the right hand side now. Alright, so because this guy is going to face the left hand side, so it's going to have a perfect curve. You see that? It's going to have a perfect curve. That was why I made the lady to face the right hand side. Alright, so now the next we are going to do, I think the head of this guy is too big, so now let's crop it. Let's crop out the excess space on this, crop it out. Alright, crop it out. Okay, crop. Okay, alright, so let's order this to front. Should we leave this at the front? Let's just leave it this way. Let's crop again. Okay, yeah, so we can crop this part off because we will still transparent it at the end of the day. Alright, so yeah, so let's reduce the size of this thing. It's too large. It's way too large, way too large. Okay, I think the head, because you need to have at least a reasonable head size for all of them. Might not be the same, but let them look quite similar. Let one not be too big or bigger than the other. Alright, so yeah. Okay, yeah, so now we are almost done with this setup. Okay, we're almost done with this setup. The next we are going to do is just to crop the whole thing, and then I think it's still better we move this to the back. Alright, yeah, it's better. So reduce the size of this one a little and then move it up. Okay, so now crop. We are going to merge this whole stuff together now. Okay, we are going to merge the whole stuff just like we did to the former. Group it, and then you can now come over and crop it to the size of this. Yeah, move this here and move this here. Okay, yeah, then you crop. Okay, so we are going to apply the transparency tool as well. Go over to transparency and apply now. Oh, nice one. Make it straight so that you have a perfect transparent line. Not too straight yet. Okay, I think it's nice now. So you can just move it up a little more. Alright, then the next we are going to do is convert to bitmap and then do the right hand side. Okay, and then convert to bitmap and do the left hand side as well. Okay, don't allow it to touch the lady's face. Actually, the only thing that should be transparent is the back. Okay, so convert to bitmap, please. I think we still need to apply down here. Okay, that's way too much, so let's just apply it with caution. Okay, yeah, fine. So that's very nice. So now you're just going to convert to bitmap and click on OK, then drag it down here. Order these ones to front and then these ones at the back. So that is how you do that. So that is how you do that. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is to move this one up a little, and then this way. Okay, yeah, so just move the two up a little bit to align the whole stuff. Okay, so increase the size of this light. Okay. So you see that is all set right now. So your work is getting set. The increase is too much. Okay, yes. So your work is getting set, right? Yeah, everything is getting set. And then the next we are going to do is to add our text. This text, worship and prayer. Worship and prayer. That's the text. Alright, so we are going to rotate it a little, let it not be too bent. Good. So then apply the transparency tool, because you see this straight line around here, we don't want to see it. So apply the transparency tool. Bitmap it, convert to bitmap, and then apply again to this side now, this time. Okay, I don't want to see the straight line. Yeah, so that's fine. So convert to bitmap again, then come over to the right hand side and do the same thing. Yes, convert to bitmap quickly, and then go over and do the same thing to this side. Do the same thing here. Okay, so convert to bitmap. Yep, so you are good, right? So you can just click on OK on pick tool, and then come over and pick prayer, worship and prayer. It's worship and prayer. So click on this and drag it. Do the same thing that you did. Just yes, then increase the size a little more. Okay, yes. So the next thing you're going to do is to apply the transparency just as we did before, so that we won't see that straight line right there. Okay, so convert to bitmap. Yes, and then come over here and do the same thing, convert to bitmap, and yes, we have converted. Then come over to this side and do the same thing, convert it to bitmap, and that's it. So you can do the same thing down here if you so wish. Okay, convert to bitmap, and you are good. So that is your text. And the next thing you're going to add is that and. Okay, worship and prayer. Okay, so come over to your font and then select the font you want to use. Okay, so which font are we going to use now? Which font are we going to use for this? Okay, this one is not bad. So I'm going to select this one, and then come over to color, then add the color of your choice. All right, I'm going to use fountain fill, and then come over to the first bar, come over to color, then click on the color eyedropper tool, then come and pick a color from here that's a bit thick. Yeah, then come over to this second bar and pick on the color that is very light at the other end. Okay, fine. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Then you just go over to this outline and add outline white, and then give it the size of your choice. Yes, so I gave it 0.028 and click on OK. So that is worship and prayer. You can decide to apply shadow effect so that it will still be a little bit visible. Yeah, so that's it. So finish. Let's see. So our work is almost set right now. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do is just to bring in this host pastor right down here, increase the size I think we need to reduce the size of these guys. Reduce the size of these guys and move them up. Okay. Meanwhile, we can still increase the size, but we just have to move them up a little so that the host can stay down there. All right, so yeah, nice one. So you see that? All right, this white stuff right here is covering this guy too much, so we are just going to apply the transparency tool and fade out that white. Nice one. So just bitmap, convert to bitmap, and then that's all. So now increase the size of this image down here. Okay, you can still increase more as much as you want. Okay, so the next we are going to do is just to add our text now. I think, yeah, so that's the next thing we are going to do. Just add a text. Let's now type in our text. Ministering enter Yemi Olaoluwa James Daniel Christian Obi Francis Austin Dixon Ife Oluwa Anthony. Don't worry about the font style. We are going to change it to that one that we used. It's all about the setting. Yeah, favorite. Yes, Olufemi Davison. Alright, so yeah, the font we use is 2 cent empty. Yes, and it was white color actually. Yeah, so bring it down and then you are here. So but the ministering is yellow color. The ministering is yellow color, so I'm just going to select the ministering alone and apply that color to it. Yellow rather. Yeah, you can make it bold. You can make everything bold. Okay, if you wish. So now we are going to give them the numbers 1 to 9. Okay, 1 to 9. So what did we do? Come over to ellipse tool, click on it, and to have a perfect circle, you are going to just click on your control key and hold it down and then drag. Left click and drag. Make sure your control key is held down. Then you leave the left click first before you leave your control key so that you can have a perfect circle. Alright, so what are we going to do? We're going to apply the yellow color now, and then the next is the outline. So we're going to add a white outline. A white outline and give it this scale to object and then behind fill. Okay, I think the size of the outline is too much. Let's give it this. Yeah, so you're going to click on mark the scale to object and then behind fill so that the outline will not be bigger, so that the outline will not be bigger than the actual image. Okay, so that's it. So the next we are going to do is to simply add our text. Come over to text and add text letter 1. Sorry, figure 1. Alright, so black color, and then reduce the size a little. Then centralize it. To centralize this, what you do, click on the text, hold your shift key, and then click on the shape. Then letter C and letter E. Letter C and letter E, not Control C. Letter C and letter E. Alright. So now let me see. Okay, yeah, everything is getting set. you see that it's quite amazing how we have been able to do this, right? So now what we're going to do, we are going to break these texts. Okay, we are going to break each line of them. What do? Just Control K. So now each line is standing independently. Okay, so now we are going to align each of these things, group this, and then align it to letter E. So it's aligned. So we are going to duplicate this and drag it down here. Then we're just going to go over to text and turn this one to 2. Okay, then align it with James, letter E. Then we're just going to do the same thing, duplicate, come over down here, duplicate the rest, duplicate. Okay, so now come over to text and give it number 3. Okay, so come over here, click on this, shift key down, click on this, and then letter E. Okay, so come over to text, change the number to 4. Okay, so click on it, hold your shift key and select the next, then E. So everything is getting aligned. Don't worry, you discover that this whole thing is slant. Don't worry, we are going to work on that, and it's going to be set. Okay, so now click on this 5. So you're going to repeat the same step for everything actually. So make sure you're following. Make sure you're following it gradually. Okay. That is 6. So now this is 7. This is 7. So this will be 8. This will be 8. And then we'll go over to the last one, which is 9. Then delete this last one. Alright, so now just come over here, drag over everything, select everything together, and then C. That is letter C. And then you can now move. So now the whole thing is aligned. So what are we going to do? We're just going to group these. And then if you look at it critically, discover that it's bent, okay, it's slant. So I skewed it, it is skew 2. So what do? You simply select this. It has selected all these together now. Then click on it again, and the images will change. These things here will change, the arrows will change. So what do? You hold on this is called skew. So you skew it to the right, to the left rather. So this was how I bent the whole stuff. Okay, you can decide to skew it more depending on your desire. Okay, so the next we are going to do is just increase the size a little. Okay, increase it a little more. That's too much. Increase it a little. Okay, so yeah, we are good now. Then the next thing we are going to do is these ones at the left hand side here. The name, the church, the address, and the date and time. Okay, so come over here, drag this, reduce the size. Okay, reduce the size. Then come over to trace bitmap, then outline color, because sometimes you download some icon and you cannot change the color. Like this now, you can't change the color. And it's not totally black as I want. So what are we going to do? Just come over to trace bitmap, outline trace, low quality image. So it's going to give you another image now. Alright, so this image, this particular one can be worked on, but this former one can't be worked on. So come over here, you can change the color now. You see that? So I'm going to give it the absolute black color that I need. Alright, so yeah, then the next thing we are going to do is to give it a round shape around it. Okay, hold your control key while you draw the circle, please. Don't always forget to do that. Alright, so yeah, so that you can have a perfect circle. That is why. So order this to back, control and page down. All right, so the next we are going to do is simply click on this and then click and drag. Okay, I think we are going to increase the size of this one a little more so that at least it will be a little bit visible. Okay, so we are going to group it so that now you can reduce the size. So, and the name of the church is Mega Grace Church, and the font I used was Go Bold Bold, Go Bold Bold, and then white color, and then give it this, align it to the center, letter C. Don't forget letter C to align to the center. All right, so increase the size and drag it over. Then the next is the date. Okay, you're going to do the same thing to this one. You're going to trace bitmap, outline trace, low quality image, and then click on OK. When it's done loading, click on OK. So this can be worked on, this cannot be worked on. So delete this and bring this one here. Then drag this, reduce the size, reduce the size, reduce the size. So now we're going to draw a round shape around it. Okay, hold your control key, as I've earlier said, in order to avoid any form of mistakes or irregular shape. Okay, so now increase the size of this one. Increase, I think we should increase a little more, right? Yeah, so I increased it and then group it. Control G to group, Control G to group, Control G to group. Reduce the size of this. Okay, increase this a little. Okay, yeah, so do this and then duplicate this and write your date. What's the date for the meeting? 7th to 10th July. 7th to 10th July. Yes. So increase the size. You can also increase the size of this church. Okay, you can shift this pastor to the middle. So align everything to the center. All right, make sure it's centralized. Make sure everything is centralized. Okay. Okay, centralized. Reduce the size a little. Centralized. Centralized. So you can move this one down. It's too far away from the text. Move this one down. Then move the whole thing down. Yeah. So now what's left? The time for the event. Order to front. Okay, that is shift page up to bring it up. Okay, so what are we going to do? We might not go through the stress of trace bitmap. Let me teach you something else. So what you're going to do is that come over to this ellipse tool, click on it, and then hold your control key and draw a large ellipse tool that can go around this. Let it be larger. Okay, so click on it and then centralize it. All right, align it to the center. So click on that, your ellipse that you just drew. Look at it, that's it. So give it no color. All right, no color. All right, then come over to outline, then give it an outline. That is what will help you to set it up. All right, just give it black outline. Yeah, that's fine. So what you are going to do is this. You're just going to hold your shift key and then select the actual image, the other image, and then click on intersect. You have just intersected it. So drag this away. You can now delete this. So you're going to use this. So you just learned that, right? I believe you are enjoying this video. Please, if you are, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. In case you are new here and you have not subscribed, hit that subscription button now and click on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we post new videos. And of course, if you are getting value from this video, kindly like the video and also drop your comment in the comment section. And if you have any question, ask in the comment section, as I will answer all your questions. All right, so let's continue right now. Duplicate this and then state your time. Okay, what's the time for the event? 4 p.m. daily. Yeah, 4 p.m. daily. Okay, so now increase the size a little. I think we should have 10 for all of them. We should have 10. Okay, we should have 10 for all the sizes. Okay, so now come over and then let us see. Okay, so I think we are getting set right now. So the icons are too big actually, so let's just reduce it. Let's just reduce it. Because the icon is just to depict or to state that there's something there. All right, so there's no need for it to be too large and covering the whole space. The text there is more important than the icon. Okay, yeah. So okay, yeah. So the next thing we are going to do is to add that International Abuja, Mega Grace Church International Abuja, International Abuja. Don't worry, the text will show now. Okay, yeah. So the font we use is that 2 cent empty. Yes. So reduce the size, then centralize, move it up. Yes. So we are set. So what else are we going to add? Okay, if you look at it critically, discover that this place has some dark effect there, and this place is very reddish. So let me quickly do what I did over there. So go over there, draw a shape. Okay, your rectangle tool, give it black color. All right, then come over to transparency, it. Okay, convert to bitmap, convert transparent this side too, convert to bitmap, convert transparent up, convert to bitmap. All right, convert and do the same thing here as well. Now you're wondering, so what's left? Okay, yeah, so the next is this, just increase the size and then move it back. Okay, yeah, so the next we are going to do is this. We are just going to go over to that transparency to normal. Okay, then don't let it be too dark. Then you can now come over to effect and blur it. Give it a Gaussian blur. Okay, give it Gaussian blur, and there you go. So your text is quite visible now. Your text is quite visible. Yeah. So that is how we achieved that. That was how we achieved that, and your text is very visible quite well. All right, so what next are we going to do? Okay. Yeah, so we are going to add these numbers 1 2 3 to all that, to these ministers. All right, so we are going to add the numbers to those images. So let's just ungroup, then click on this, duplicate, and then give it to number 1. Take yours. So you're going to do everything for all of them. You're going to do the same thing for all of them. Okay, duplicate all. So go to number 2, give him his number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, and then finally number 9. So the next we are going to do is to add the name of this host. All right, the name of the host there. All right, so host, the name of the host. Okay, then come over here. Which font am I going to use? Okay, let me use that Casablanca Neo Personal Casablanca. So you can go over and download Casablanca, and then the text is Apostle John. Apostle John. I think I will just leave that Casablanca for that Apostle John. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's fine like that. The Ebenezer. Ebenezer. Okay. Still white color, but this time around Montserrat extra bold. Alright, yeah. So just do that, and then you are done with the design. You are done with this design. Alright. Alright. So this was how we were able to achieve this particular awesome design. I believe you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can be part of us, and then hit the notification bell, please, so that you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And please make sure you like this video, like the video, and drop your comment. If you learned anything new, please drop the comment in the comment box. Tell me, Victor, wow, I just learned something new. Thank you, Victor, I just learned something new. This will help us a whole lot. This is the gift you are going to give to me, because it will help YouTube to recommend this video to a whole lot of other persons out there. So please quickly help me do that, and I'll be very glad. See you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I post the next video. Thank you for staying around. Bye.